Hello everyone. So sorry I was a minute late. It scheduled it later and I just didn't want to deal with it. So anyways, let me pull up just to make sure that I have everything going for you all. I am painting one of the mannequin heads that you guys requested. Let me see here. Here we go. Okay. Oh, yay! We've got some people watching. Perfect. Hey, Cece. Oh, there we go. You didn't think I was going on? Nope, I'm headed. I was on. So, this is the peppermint mannequin that I did for testing purposes to make sure that I could teach you guys and understand correctly how to teach you. So I did this one, and so this one we're going to do a little bit different of an eye on her, but we're also going to do a gingerbread girl on her. And once again, hello Trish, hey Rhea. Okay, so it's saying it doesn't like me. It's not saying that the camera's coming through, but I can see it this way. So we're just going to deal with it. So I'm going to move her over. This one is the one we're doing tonight. So how you get the pores to be a little bit better, believe it or not, this one had some serious pore problems, is you first do a coat, 2 coats of Mod Podge, generous coats of it. Then you will add your paint, 1 coat of paint. This one I used honey brown from Deco Art Americana, so you can see that right there. Oops, there we go. And then after that, you can really see the pores kind of coming through. So you get this. It's called Smooth Finish, and this is I found this at Walmart. It was actually like next to all the foam stuff, but you can get it on Amazon, you can get it anywhere. So you use this, it's kind of like a putty form, if you guys can see that. And what you do is just kind of warm it up in your hands and it makes a really good putty. And then you just kind of smooth it around. And then once it dried, I kind of just took my hand and kind of sanded it with my hand. And then I painted 1 more coat of this. And she has pores, but it's smooth, so I don't think this would work anymore. Once you're done painting, you're gonna let it sit. Hey Valerie, you're gonna let it sit for 24 hours to cure, and then you're going to put on the triple thick. Right here, you can get these in the big bottles. However, I was lucky to find it in this one. Almost all of the stores I went to, they just had these, or they had none. So these are getting a little bit hard to find. Anywho, for drawing wise, I found that these were the most amazing thing ever. They're General's sketch and wash pencils. So if you mess up, you just take like a little damp rag, get it wet, and just wipe it off. It comes right off, doesn't mess with the paint or anything. So these are amazing as well. Hey Lisa, how are you, honey? So anyways, those, I'll give you a huge list at the end. I'll make sure to put it in. I'm sorry, you guys, I didn't. I'll just put it in the title once I'm done. Hey, 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 Lori. We are painting our ginger girl. Woo woo. So there we go. You guys, I'm sorry if the kids come down or we hear crazy amounts of barking. I'm husbandless again this week, so please forgive me. Oh, I guess I need my apron. Let me throw my apron on here and we'll get going. I don't feel like tying it. Okay, so, oh, I was gonna ask you guys, did you guys want to do more a traditional red and green gingerbread girl, or did we want to do like teals and pinks and like a lime green? What are you guys thinking? So traditional or colorful? Let me know. Hey, Amanda. Just kind of wait. I know there's a huge delay. So, just waiting to see what comes in on what we should paint. I think what I'll do is go ahead and paint her eyes. So her eyes I'm going to do, while your guys are coming in, red and green, traditional, okay? So her eyes, I'm gonna do a dark brown, and it's brown velvet. Then we're gonna do some accents with the autumn brown, and even her skin tone, the honey brown. And for some reason, this one is not, whoop. Facebook isn't scrolling, but my phone is, so. Pastels, traditional, I'm seeing a lot of traditional. Hey Teresa, how are you, hon? Okay, so brown velvet for her eyes. And let me flip my camera, I just realized I didn't do that. You guys, for this, I found that using the styrofoam plate was the best, oops, wrong one, was the best one for me to use. So just FYI on that. Okay, I'm gonna move my phone right here. Ooh, my phone wants to, okay, there we go. So we're also gonna be working with really small brushes as well. Brain dead started. Oh, you started your new job today. Congratulations. Okay, so we're just gonna get a little bit, this is a 1/8 angle brush that I'm using, and we're just gonna go ahead with the eyes. Now eyes, you don't want the full eyeball showing. You want about half of it, because you gotta remember that your eyelid covers most of your eye. So to make it look more realistic, you're gonna want to do that. All right. And this brown is really good at coverage, so I think we might be able to get away with one coat. Oh, and I forgot to turn my heater off. So sorry if you guys are hearing a weird fan noise. Okay. It's so funny, you guys. What I'm seeing in comments on Facebook versus what I'm seeing on my phone are different. So I am super sorry if I miss any of your comments. Last time I noticed it did the same thing to me, so I'll go back through and check comments if I did miss anything. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not even showing you guys. Okay. So we're just painting her eyeball here. We're more worried about the edge, these sides, than I am the center, because that's just gonna be black. So we wanna get this really good. And another thing too is we are gonna outline this with liner, so that will make it too. Hey Melissa, how are you, sweetie? All right, so now I'm gonna throw that in there. We're gonna grab the Bambi Brown. And like little small amounts are perfect. That one's too thick. I'm going to use my spotter brush, my 10/0 spotter brush. And yes, I just looked at for a point. You can form it in your hands as well. And what we're gonna do is just kind of, if you look at your eye, it kind of has little lines of a different color, like a lighter color in it. So that's all we're doing right now, is we're just kind of making little lines around her eye. And then we don't have to worry about the lines because, and making sure that they're super even, because what we'll do is just paint the block around it. So it makes it super easy. So I hope you guys can see that with her eye, the lines that I created. Guys, I was so intimidated with these mannequins, I ain't gonna lie. But I'm glad that you guys encouraged me to do it. And then I went to a couple of my dollar stores for eyelashes and I couldn't find them. So if I do find them, I will see them. Okay, so there's the other eye, so you can kind of see the light and the dark. We're going to do a little bit of a lighting right here around her eye. We're not going to do a full amount, but we're just going to kind of do a couple little circles, like half little circles right there. I'm happy to catch you live too, me live too. Okay, so we're gonna leave that to the side. I might add the Bambi brown, it just depends. Why am I saying Bambi brown? The honey brown. Actually, I think I might add just a little bit. All right. Okay, we are gonna grab the honey brown real quick and add a few little more lines there. Not as many, but just to give her eye some definition. Oh yeah, I'm glad I did the three tone. You guys see that? Okay, let me grab my black here. Alright, sorry, squeaky chair again. Just cleaning the brush. And we're going to grab her circles real quick of her eyes or the pupils. Wondering if I paint her this way, if you'll be able to see her a little bit better. Okay, and these we're doing almost a circle, but we're not doing that top part of the circle of her pupil. Okay. And then, like I said, these are the pencils are the water draw and wash pencils. They are awesome. I probably washed off her face about 6 times before I felt like I had it somewhat right. Okay. So there's her eyes. There we go. You also want to look as if, like, when you're drawing the eyes, you want to look straight onto her and up so that she's looking at you. All right. So now a little bit of contouring. So basically what you're going to be doing the same as if you were doing your own makeup. I am going to add a little bit of water to the tray here, or to the plate. Hey, Teresa Reed. Okay, so I'm going to get just a little bit of this, and we're going to go in with the, I'm trying to think of what brown, the autumn brown. Okay? And what we're gonna do is just kind of, you're gonna go from her nose, and we're gonna kind of swoop out. So we're gonna stop just about where her lip line is and start there. And this is just gonna give her a little bit of definition. You're gonna see the paint smear a little bit here. So I'm barely getting any on my brush here. Oops. All right. Got the pencil marks here. Okay. All right, so this is wet right now, but it will come out. And I just dropped my towel. Oh, you had to restrand your tree? Oh, I had to do that a couple years ago, and it was not so much fun. So I feel ya. I think my fingers hurt from those clips so bad. All right, so we're gonna kind of slowly contour her nose just a little here. Okay, now I'm going to get a wet brush here and then just kind of blend in a little bit more with the water. This is just wet. And I'm going to just kind of hit her nose real quick here. And really make sure that's blended out. Okay, so there is the contouring. I'm not gonna do all of that because we've got so much going on. So now what we'll do is do some eyeliner or some eyeshadow, which now that we're doing this, I'll throw that over there. I'm actually thinking, there we go. We're gonna do an off-white for that eyeshadow. Oh, I gotta do her eyebrows first. Whoopsie. Okay, sorry. Backing up. Let's set her up. So for her eyebrows, what you're going to do is same as how I did those little lines on her eyes. We're gonna do the same thing when it comes to her eyebrows. So I'm gonna grab the darker color first, and we're just going to create little line strokes, keeping our brush really, the point really thin, so barely touching, and just pulling straight up and kind of off to an angle. So now that we're getting into more of like the bushier part of your brow, this area is going to be a little bit lighter, and then you're going to go a little bit thicker over here. And then your eyebrow kind of changes directions, and it goes straight down like so. And then once the eyebrows are dry, we will wipe off the pencil. All right. And then you're going to brush down just a little bit here. Okay. All right. Hope you're seeing what I'm doing. So now we are going to just go this way. I'm going to do the curve. All right. All right, and now we'll go with the lighter, the autumn brown. And we're just going to add a little bit of that into our brows just to give a little bit more definition. I need some wine. You guys would be proud of me. I've been learning to drink coffee because you know how much I don't really care for the taste, but those chai tea lattes are so loaded with sugar, so I'm trying to figure out a better calorie. Okay, so we can see the eyebrows now. We're done with those. And we'll do, let's wait for these to go. So I'm going to do her lips. I need a darker red too. So lips, you've got a lighter tone and then you've got a darker tone. Actually, I need this one. So we are going to first use Fire Red, which is, you guys know, my favorite, one of my favorite reds right now. Thank you, Linda. All right, so I'm gonna use, I'm gonna use that 1/8 angle brush again. But I'm gonna first do an outline. So we're gonna use right here, this is gonna be the darker, and then you're gonna go to the lighter up further up. I can't talk, you guys. I don't think I can ever talk. I get tongue-tied really easily. I'm thinking the pizza man came because my dogs are barking. He ordered pizza for the girls. It's how you move, boss, right? How we get things done. All right. So I know I said that I was going to use the other brush, but I kind of am just liking this liner brush right now, so we're going to just stick with it. All right. So there's her lips, what we can see of them. And I'm going to wait to do the rest of the red. So what we'll do now is we'll go to the True Red, which is just a lighter shade. Oops, I'm going to shake that. Ooh, nice. Yeah, hopefully Costco would. That's cool. Good to know. I thought about getting us a new tree, but where we're possibly, well, where we are moving, just not know when, I didn't want to go for a new tree. I might just not take one of the trees. Or who knows, I may just recycle it to another room. I love having all the trees, so All right, so we're just outlining her lips. And one thing that's nice about the Mannequin is because it does have the bumps, you kind of get a general idea of where everything's supposed to go. But I would say definitely try sketching your lips and everything else on a piece of paper first, just so that you kind of get a hang of what you're wanting to do. Even your eyes, there's lots of templates that you can use that will give you step-by-steps on how to draw eyes. Eyes always freak me out. I never can get them right. But I also saw really cute ones with the eyes closed. So you could just do an eyelid with a line, and those ones they definitely had the fake eyelashes for those ones, and they looked adorable. So you could do that as well. And I don't think I told you what this lighter color was. This lighter color is called True Red. All right. Okay, so we can see that there. Woo woo, pretty lips. Those are done. All right, so now I'm going to go to a one liner brush. I'm going to get it really wet. Okay, you see our brows look good. So what we're going to do is kind of create some eyeshadow here. All right. So what I'm doing is kind of just creating a nice little line with her eyes to follow up with the makeup. Let me actually go this way. So this is looking really milky at first, but that's kind of how we want it. So we can build in the color. All right. I'm going to take this down just a little bit more. So how was your guys' weekend? Okay, where I'm stopping, that's kind of like the crease of your eyelid from your brow, like the upper brow bone to like where your eyelid starts. So that's why I'm kind of keeping that as that for the moment, and then we'll actually go in and kind of define that a little bit more. What eyeshadow do you guys think? Should we do some green eyeshadow? I was thinking some Jubilee green for the lighter. Of course, we'll get this watered down a little bit. And I like to, when I'm doing their eyes, I liked building the color, so that's why I was watering it down a little bit. And kind of going that way with it. And we'll do more of like a smoky eye with her as well. We're just building up her color, making sure we get it blended well. Okay. I hope you guys are liking this. All right, so now Christmas green is what I'm using for the darker, more smokier part. So you're kind of thinking of how they tell you to do your makeup when you're doing it on yourself. So we're getting a little bit darker there. And then we're just going to build it out. Like so. Hey Susan, how are you, hon? We are making one of these creepy / cute mannequins. I still haven't decided if I like them or not. I think they're super cool, but I think they're a little creepy. Ain't gonna lie. All right. So now I'm just gonna go in with the white or the off-white, and we're just gonna get, this has a little bit of the green in it, and we're gonna shade that just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. That's what we got so far. She needs some powder blue eyeshadow with glitter. Oh my gosh, that would be funny. Maybe I'll do that one for like a wintry one. What do you guys think? Let me know if you want to see more of this. Oops, I still have green in my brush. Okay, so I'm just going, need just a little more water. Want that just a little more runny. Okay. And of course, you guys, this is my interpretation of the makeup. Have fun with it. Play with it. They're intimidating. I don't blame you, Susan. If it wasn't for being asked a couple of times, I don't know if I necessarily would have done these. All right. Okay, we're leaving her. That is another thing I learned. Stop while you're ahead. Don't go any further. Okay, so I'm going to go back to her lips. We're going to just put a second coat of the red because, like I said, red is one of those colors that's hard to cover. Okay. There we go. We'll do the lighter on her lips one more time. But definitely I would say for doing the mannequins, shading is really essential in making her look dimensional and stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna grab one more little red, and this is tomato spice. This is a little bit darker, and we are just gonna do a couple little lines for her lip lines, like towards her inner lip, and kind of outline her lip just a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a little, like a half U on the upper lip, and then we're gonna take and kind of do a half little line there we go. And I know it's hard to see right now because it's all wet, but sometimes doing this shading and stuff like that is really easy. It's a lot easier when all of your paint's a little bit wet. So I know it's probably glaring. We'll have to show you once it dries. Okay, now let's have some fun. Let's get her decorated up. I'm gonna wait to do her, well, never mind. Since I have the black right here and we're ready with it, I'm gonna do her eyeliner and then we'll decorate the rest of her face. I don't know what I'm doing tonight, guys. Okay. Eyeliner, black. We're gonna first start out really thin, and then we're gonna wing it out. So we're gonna start thin, about where her eye starts. We're gonna get it a little bit thicker. And then we'll wing her eye out. Maybe. All right, so you guys can see that. Okay, we're gonna do her bottom eyelid. It is a little hard, you guys, holding onto her head. I'm not gonna lie. I kept trying to figure out a good way to hold her head, and I still haven't come up with one yet. So I'll let you know. Okay, and then I'm just attaching the wing down to the bottom of our eye so you can see without and with how that's looking. All right. I'm going to clean my brush. It was starting to get a little bit gunked up with paint, which these small eyeliner brushes do, so make sure to watch for that. I'm going to go ahead and just do her bottom here, since I felt like I had a good angle. I'm going to go ahead and go up for her eyeliner. Okay, and then we're going to start here, so thin. And then, like I said, when we get to about her eye, that's when we're going to start getting a little bit thicker. So we're going to start pushing down a little bit heavier with the liner, and then we're going to wing it about to the end of her, into the other eye. This is when we're going to wing. Then just filling in that wing. Okay, eyes. Now there was another thing that I wanted to show you with the off-white, just to give the eye a little bit more dimension, is I'm just going to take a little bit of the off-white and go on the outside rim of her eye. And that's just going to give a little more dimension. And then like where a little tear duct is, we're going to do a little line right there. Same on this side. Okay. And I will bring her up so you guys can see how she's looking. So can you guys see that? Okay. Alright, another thing I'm going to do with this honey brown, or this autumn brown before, is we're going to just kind of do a little line here, a little line here, and then kind of frame her nose. And then I didn't want to give her too big of nose holes, but just a little definition of one, just for shadowing look. Okay, so you can kind of see that. Hey, Casey, right? I told you I was afraid of her. All right, so I'm gonna go to the bigger liner brush that I have, and we're gonna do, actually, I'm gonna do the white right here on her neck and get that going and do the white outline, just because I have a feeling that that's gonna take us a little bit longer in time. I probably put way too much white paint down. And I am going to go with the size 1 liner brush. And, oh, I actually need a bigger one for right here. I'm going to also use the, I don't know what size this is, 1/2 inch angle. So we're going to just get the peppermint here. Alright. Okay, we'll leave that for right now. Gotta get that point. I'm probably gonna die from paint one of these days, right? So I lick my brushes when I shouldn't. Okay. So we're just getting the frosting here. Doing her neck, and then we'll go up to her face. And then we'll come back to the peppermint on her neck. All right. Oops. Let's get where her chin is. I pushed a little too heavy with the frosting there. That white. Oh well. And the paint actually surprisingly does dry really fast on these mannequins. I was actually pretty impressed with that when I was painting them up. The last one. So just FYI. Hey Lillian, how are you? Oops. Please tell me that. Okay. And then all of, like I said, the stencil marks or pencil marks that are left, once she's dry and before I put on the triple thick, I will go in and wipe her down. You guys, I just do better with a template than completely going freehand. I mean, I did draw her, but drawing her first and then painting is kind of how I like to do things. I like to have a little bit of a template when I draw or when I paint. Okay. Oh, how cute. What do you think? Yay! I'm excited. All right, so I'm gonna hold that. All right. Oh, my towel is like falling. And I think one of my kids stole, I shouldn't say stole, but they grabbed one of the clips that I have on my table to hold my towel up. So it's falling. All right. Okay. All right. So while we're waiting, no, I had to paint the skin tone on her. So I know you joined us late. So what I did is I did 2 coats, heavy coats of Mod Podge. I did one at 12 hours and then waited, did one, waited about 12 hours, painted the next one, and then waited about 24 hours. Then I painted it brown with 1 coat, and I could see the pores, so then I went in with the smooth and finish foam, warmed it up in your fingers first, and then rub it in, and then let that cure for at least 12 hours. I let it go for a little bit more than that. Then I did the next coat, or I kind of just sanded it with my hands, wiped it off, and then I painted the next coat of brown. And then I did do some touch-up on this one. The white one, this one, I didn't have to. So I didn't need to do another touch-up. But it's difference of paint, you know, too, would do it. Okay. So we're gonna start with the sprinkles. While we're waiting for, oh, I got the wrong red. All right. While we're waiting, I'm gonna add the sprinkles here for that white to dry. Oh, I went to the wrong spot. And I think I got myself off. Nope, I didn't. Okay. And then I thought the little gumdrops, it might be cute to add glitter to, but we'll let it dry, and then I'll add glitter to it later. Okay, that looks good. I think we're gonna need one more coat on the peppermint. So let me hurry and do that. And yes, I hold my paintbrushes in my mouth for those of you that are new. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get, no, I'm not. I thought I would do her nose, but the paint is still kind of wet there, so I'm gonna let that go for just a minute, and we'll get the green. Okay, trying to decide, do we want the lighter sprinkles or the darker sprinkles? I think the lighter gumdrop, darker sprinkle is what we're gonna go for. So I've just done a little pattern with the sprinkles. Where it's one and then two. So you can see one sprinkle there, two there. Is kind of how I did that. Okay. Ugh. There we go. I have to say that it was very intimidating doing this, but I also have to say it was fun. I like kind of going out of the box and painting things. This was definitely a challenge for me, but it was something that I think you guys can do for sure. It ended up actually being a little bit fun to do and get the creative going in a different way. So thank you all for challenging me. I do appreciate it, even though I did cry a little bit through it. All right, I'm gonna hit this, and then I think we got that one. Two more right here. Okay, so there you go. You can kind of see all of it kind of coming together. Okay, so now that these lips are dry, I am going to go in with the darker red, maybe. Yeah. And I'm just going to outline these lips with the darker red, kind of like a lip liner. Even though you do your lip liner first, we are doing it last. Just to kind of define her lips a little bit more. Another thing I did notice that helped me was using my pinky. Like I said, you use your pinky a lot, even when you're making lines, but using my pinky to kind of hold in these weird little awkward spots really did help me a lot. So I wasn't making a huge mess. Okay. All right, so now with the red, we are going to do, we're going to do 4 lines. So we'll go 1, 2, so we're going to make it kind of like a star, 3, and 4 for the peppermint. That gives us equal amounts. So we're going to go here, 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 and here. And I'm going to switch to a little bit bigger of a brush. Actually, I'm going to just use that 1/8 brush that we were using earlier. All right. And then I honestly, with the eyelashes, I don't think I'm going to add these on. I think I am going to go ahead and just get the fake one, or the fake ones. So I may come on you guys a little bit later when I pick those up and add them. So you do want to paint and add the triple thick before you glue down the eyelashes, so you don't get the triple thick all over them and it makes them yucky. So I don't think I'm going to add any more to the eyes until I do that part and see how the eyelashes look. Okay, so there's that. Let's go ahead and get the hearts here. Oops, sorry, my husband's calling. We'll talk to him in a minute. Okay, there's that one. We'll get the nose.
Hello?
Hey, I'm on a Zoom, or I'm on a call, on a live.
Alright.
I'll talk to you in a minute.
Alright.
Everything okay?
No, I just wanted to talk to you. I miss you.
Okay, well, we'll talk to you in a minute. I'm almost done.
Alright, bye.
Bye. Sorry about that, guys. We, on the Alexa, I can't say it too loud or she's gonna go off, which she just did. But I didn't know, if you guys know, you can do the drop-in feature. So that's what he was doing. So I apologize. All right. And I'll come back and touch this up because I know Lori's going to be starting her master's soon. So we want to get, I know you guys want to get over to that. So thank you for those that are watching me. I really do appreciate it. But we'll give you what it will look like. A basic of it. And then I think I'll do the gumdrops, like I said. We'll do some glitter on them. Because, you know, glitter and gumdrops have that, like, frosted look anyways. So I think that would be cute. Hey, Rhea. Hey, Trish. How are you? Okay, so there's that. We'll do small little gumdrops here. I'll get this one right here since I'm already right here. So the gumdrops, you're just doing kind of like almost an oval, and then you're doing a swoop at the bottom to get that gumdrop. Whew, I thought I got there. And I'm actually really impressed with how the white looks. I'll still probably do one little touch-up coat on it, but I thought we would definitely have to do another coat with the frosting part, and we don't. So that's nice. I'm gonna actually make this little gumdrop just a little bit bigger. All right. So you can kind of see how she looks. We'll keep playing with her a little bit, but I hope you guys liked it and you had fun. I thought about doing some little polka dots. Oh, I missed a gumdrop, didn't I? I thought about doing some little polka dots on her on the hearts too, just to give a little bit more fun. I think I might do that in the lighter green as well. But I will take a picture of it. I'll keep working on her, but I know that you guys want to get over to Lori's masterclass that she's got going on, so I will let you guys go. And like I said, thank you all for staying and watching with me. But you can see how she is there. And then I will turn my camera so that you guys can see how she is here. Whoops, I've got a bad shadow, don't I? But there she is. I think she turned out pretty cute. What do you guys think? Oh, Lillian, you're so awesome. It looks gorgeous. Thank you. Well, thank you all for hanging out with me. And I will see you all later. And then if you guys want me to paint up a mannequin, just give me a message and I would be happy to. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.